Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome to another video. Today's topic, fat burners. Now, I know fat burners are a popular option to turn to, especially towards what they claim an easy way to lose weight, but do they actually work? Are all ingredients in the fat burners useful, or will they cause more harm than good? March 2014, there was a fat burner product that was removed off of the market due to a huge lawsuit that was filed against it. The product was known to contain two prescription drugs. Number one, sibutramine, which is an appetite suppressant, and phenolphthalein, which is a laxative. Now, these are no longer on the market, and it's also important to note it's illegal to include prescription drugs in any type of supplement. Now, why is this concerning? Well, let's take a look at some of these drugs. So sibutramine, it's a powerful appetite suppressant, it's a powerful stimulant, has awesome fat burning properties, but it also increases your risk of heart attack, stroke, and seizures. Phenolphthalein produces a laxative effect that can increase the risk of dehydration and electrolyte imbalances. I mean, what's a better and healthier way to lose weight than shitting your pants every 2 hours and risking having a heart attack? So what are fat burners? These are dietary supplements that can be a mixture of different compounds. They claim to promote weight loss or stimulate thermogenesis, so a fat burning effect. Fat burners attempt to target different mechanisms in your body. Number one, they can try to increase your metabolism by promoting your body to utilize more calories throughout the day. Eventually you'll start tapping into some of those stores of like your glycogen stores and your fat stores. The second one is reduce the amount of fat absorbed through your diet. Therefore, you're taking in less calories, puts you in a caloric deficit, promoting weight loss. And then number three, they could suppress your appetite, whereas you're not hungry throughout the day, and that also will put you in a caloric deficit. This is a very complicated diagram here. These are of different chemicals working on different types of areas in the body that help, promote energy homeostasis, control appetite and hunger. What are some of these chemicals that are required or that are synthesized by our body that, help with energy metabolism, energy homeostasis? Into chemicals called catecholamines. And catecholamines are norepinephrine and epinephrine. Majority of them are produced by our adrenal glands. Now, thermogenesis is under control of the sympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system is known as the flight or fight response. The sympathetic nervous system releases catecholamines, norepinephrine and epinephrine, which stimulate adrenergic receptors that are scattered all throughout our body, including fat cells. Now, these adrenergic receptors are broken down into alpha and beta, and that's as simple we're going to keep it for this conversation. Now, the stimulation of beta 2 and beta 3 receptors in fat cells stimulates lipolysis. So that's the breakdown of fat. When fat is broken down, it's broken down into cholesterol, triglycerides, and eventually this is released into our bloodstream and can be utilized for a variety of metabolic reactions. Now, what works and how do fat burners work? Like we discussed a little bit earlier, fat burners contain a variety of compounds that attempt to target various processes in fat breakdown and weight loss by increasing metabolism, reducing the amount of fat absorption, and suppressing appetite. Now, some common ingredients in fat burners, we have caffeine in various forms. So we have guarana extract, kola nut, or yerba mate. Then we have green tea extract or green tea. We have carnitine, we have yohimbine. We have some soluble fibers like beta-glucan, glucomannan, or guar gum. And the purpose of these is to control appetite and give you that feeling of fullness that fiber gives you. We have capsaicin, chromium, conjugated linoleic acid, also known as CLA. And then we have Garcinia cambogia. Then we also have the African mango and then bitter orange. So it's a lot of these different compounds that can be included. Some of these, questionable and may cause more harm than good. Others may burn a hole in your pocket. So you'll be spending monthly dollars just on stuff that might not even work. You might get even a better benefit by just adjusting your diet, increasing your training regimen. Before I jump into the ones that have the most evidence behind fat loss, I'd like to offer some words of expertise. If someone is offering you a magic pill, proceed with caution. And I'm not talking about Viagra because that one is not a one-time fix either. But I get it. Sometimes it's nice to stack on supplements, especially if you have a diet and exercise regimen going. Sometimes these supplements may motivate us to continue staying in the gym. So that's why I'd like to best guide you through options that you may have and get the bang for your buck. All right, let's get to it. The compounds that actually stimulate fat loss. Number 1, caffeine. And dude, you always talk about caffeine a lot. Well, because that shit works. And it's probably one of my favorite substances I consume on a daily basis. So what does caffeine do? Caffeine stimulates the nervous system, which eventually stimulates that sympathetic nervous system that we talked about. And what does that mean? Catecholamine release, epinephrine and norepinephrine, also known as adrenaline. And then that's what eventually stimulates lipolysis. Now, the National Institute of Health, also known as the NIH, provides a summary on a variety of supplements. That's what I also use for a lot of my evidence-based research here. The National Institute of Health summary on caffeine and weight loss and fat burning. So there's some short-term clinical trials of combination products that help promote fat loss, research findings, possible modest effect on body weight or decreased weight gain over time. Safety concerns, just don't go over 400 milligrams per day. Let's do a quick study where they studied caffeine and weight loss. So this was a 6-month randomized double-blind placebo-controlled trial by Boozer and his colleagues. And what they did was they studied mahuing plus kola nut versus placebo. Now what mahuing is a form of ephedrine. Ephedrine is a powerful stimulant that stimulates the central nervous system as well, and kola nut contains caffeine. So they enrolled 167 participants. The average BMI was 31.8, so pretty obese individuals in this study. They broke the group down into 83 participants to receive the herbal mixture and 84 participants to receive placebo. The primary and secondary outcomes studied in this were changes in body weight, changes in heart function to just see how safe these compounds are, and then body fat reduction. What were the results of this study? The herbal group showed a significant decrease in body fat and weight loss with a statistically significant p-value. Now it's important to note the herbal supplement mixture used in this clinical trial was caffeine and mahuing. Mahuing contains ephedrine, which is a very powerful stimulant that is no longer allowed in supplements. Now, we saw some statistically significant results in body weight loss and fat loss in these patients that were using this herbal mixture. However, caffeine and ephedrine both exhibit a similar mechanism by causing stimulation of the central nervous system, but ephedrine is a lot more potent than caffeine. So it might be a little bit hard to extract if the weight loss and fat burning effect was more profound due to caffeine or if it was from the ephedrine component. Second compound, green tea and green tea extract. Green tea and green tea extract contain caffeine and other compounds called catechins. Now the main one is called epigallocatechin gallate, also known as EGCG, which is believed to increase energy expenditure, fat oxidation, reduce lipogenesis, so creating fat and storage of fat, might decrease fat absorption, and then may decrease carb digestion and absorption. So it's putting you in some sort of caloric deficit, but also there's some sort of increase in energy expenditure. What about the summary provided by the NIH on green tea or green tea extract? So what they say is there's several clinical trials of good methodological quality on green tea catechins with or without caffeine. And the research findings behind that, possible modest effect on body weight reduction. So the authors of a meta-analysis of 6 randomized control trials, they had a total of 98 participants. And what they found was that caffeine alone or in combination with catechins, so green tea or green tea extract, significantly increases energy expenditure in a dose-dependent fashion when compared to placebo. That does not mean go out there and start drinking as much caffeine and green tea as you possibly can. There are some side effects associated with too much green tea extract. GI discomfort, so abdominal discomfort, constipation, nausea, can increase your risk for increased blood pressure and also can cause liver damage if you consume copious amounts of green tea extracts. Tip: before you select any supplement, please always talk to a pharmacist or a doctor. Some of these fat burners contain ingredients that may cause more harm than good, especially if you have any existing medical conditions like insomnia, anxiety, high blood pressure, if you have any cardiac problems, because some of these medications or ingredients that are included in these supplements can actually cause more harm than good and worsen your medical condition. So always check yourself before you wreck yourself. Now, a few examples of this might be if you have high blood pressure. Some of these supplements are known to increase the risk for higher blood pressure. Some of these supplements stimulate the sympathetic nervous system, so adrenaline, that might exacerbate or worsen your anxiety, worsen your insomnia, or worsen some of the heart conditions that may be out there. What about my experience? My recommendation will always turn to burning fat the best way, and that is exercise regimen, getting your nutrition on point. Out of all the compounds though, I do supplement with caffeine. I drink coffee throughout the day, and then green tea or green tea extract, but these are already stacked on top of my nutrition and exercise regimen. Do proceed with caution with supplements that contain numerous ingredients, especially ingredients that you can't pronounce or you can't find much evidence on. Don't hop on the hype just because there's no such thing as a magic pill like we mentioned already. And that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Share it with someone who might benefit. And if you're new, please subscribe so you don't miss any new videos. And I'll see you guys in the next video.